Hi, my name is Skylar Mitchell. I am an Andrew Goodman Foundation Puffin Fellow, an alumna of Spelman College, where I was a Vote Everywhere ambassador. And my project is talking about digital media, how we engage with it, and what it means to track our progress as civic innovators and community activists, and using that information to impact our communities and better reach the people we're trying to impact. So what we've learned, not just between the past two major presidential elections or the midterms in between, but just from living in our world now, is that media is different, it's changed, and earned media sources, the ones that we engage with, are sometimes the most powerful ones. That it includes social media. Our Facebook habits have been translated to now dozens of other platforms, including Instagram, of course, Twitter, TikTok, and things that still pop up on a frequent basis. So there's so many sub-communities within all of those platforms. And whether you're an avid user or a more infrequent digital media practitioner, you're engaging with it in some way. And even if you don't realize it, there's a lot of people, stakeholders in political and corporate spaces that use that information or want to use that information to better reach you, to sell you something, to get you to see something, to get you to vote. It's not all bad, it's not all good, but it's relevant to know how the platforms you entrust build confidence in topics or people. So the purpose of my study is to identify kind of a through line from how young people, 18 to 24-year-olds, people in college primarily, engage with social media, and how that impacts the way they engage with political issues and events. I'm going to be conducting a study, a regionally stratified study of college students in that age group, and I'm investigating whether their time spent online, their time spent on certain social media sites, and their the content they're most used to seeing has any impact on whether they vote, how they view politics, and whether or not they believe political issues should be involved in those spaces. Because as we know, they can often be recreational. The purpose of this is twofold. One is just to get the information, because if you're a digital organizer, if you're just an organizer in general, an activist, in order to conduct the work that you want to do in today's space, you need to know how to reach people. And if my thinking is that if we have data, and more widespread data, and more importantly, more up-to-date data. A lot of things are along this topic are a little older, and of course, the space changes so rapidly. If we have more data about the ways that consumers or voters, people, young people engage with these sites, what they tend to see, what they don't tend to see, we can get a better sense of deciding which types of content can proliferate people for political reasons and civic reasons. So I get a lot of my thinking from this from the time that I was a Vote Everywhere ambassador at Spelman. Our college had the benefit of being pretty small, and there was a lot of immediate reach to our peers being on campus together. But we did a lot of our engagement through Instagram and Twitter reach. This was before TikTok, and it's become a whole other kind of experience for me to learn the ways that TikTok has really changed engagement on just across all political sites. TikTok is downloaded over 1 billion times. It has 96 million users in the United States. So it's a major player in this landscape, and it's here to stay. But in doing this, I'm seeing if political punditry has any real tangible impact on the way that people vote and engage with just political issues. If they see a politician talking about their issues or talking about their platform on the site that they go to for fun, on Twitter, on Instagram, are you likely to be receptive of it? Yes or no? And that's what I'm trying to figure out. The other part of that is enabling people who want to make change in their own communities, whether on their immediate campus or in their larger community, figuring out how they can use the best practices with social media engagement to reach their consumer base, whomever that is. We're going to talk about some of the groups that have done it right, some of the ongoing campaigns that are successfully combining really innovative digital media practices and marketing to serious issue-based activism and relational organizing, and those that have made it maybe a little bit transparent and less impactful as a result. So it's been a very long, ongoing process. We're collecting responses to this survey as we speak. And within the next few weeks, we're going to have a really helpful trove of data to just educate myself and my Puffin cohort, and hopefully just engaging communities at large on where we should be looking with using what we have to reach the people we want, and in effect, doing the things that'll impact other people more broadly by expanding our accessibility and reach.